Yeah, hi Dipanshu, good morning.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
I'm good. So, how are you?
All good. Okay, so let's start with advanced trigonometry, right?
Yes, sir.
Doubts होंगे?
Yes, sir.
हम्म, पूछो.
Sir, page number 502 page.
एक second. 502. Okay. हाँ, 502.
Say multiples of 30 and 45 degree.
ये explain करना है.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let's और पीछे के जितने भी questions थे वो आ गए ना बराबर?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So we have this multiple of 45. First. First is multiple of 45. Okay. So, so multiple of 45, जैसा कि in an unit circle, we have already seen that the because of symmetry of the circle, right? Because of symmetry of the circle, the the x and y coordinates basically repeats, but with different sign. If I tell you the magnitude of the length of x and length of y is going to be repeated, like if you have 45-degree here, okay, if the angle is 45-degree like this is an angle of 45-degree, right? So if you draw a perpendicular line, let's say this is point O center and this point as P, let's say this point as A. Okay, so since we have drawn a perpendicular line from P to A to figure out the coordinate of point P, right? If we draw the perpendicular line, then we can find out the horizontal length as x component and the vertical length as y coordinate of the given point. Okay, so our diagram is like this, where this point is center, which makes the angle 45 subtended at O origin. This point is A and this point is B. We are interested in to find out the coordinate of point P, right? Since this is unit circle, so the radius of circle is going to be 1, and because of angle 45 and the 90-degree here, since this is right angle triangle, what is the measurement of this angle?
45.
45. So if this is 45-degree, so this become an isosceles triangle, right? This become an isosceles triangle. Fine. So if I tell the length of OA is A, what would be the length of PA?
So 1 plus a square.
नहीं नहीं, टफ क्वेश्चन हो गया अभी
So,
इसको.
A.
हाँ, देखो.
A.
पक्का.
Yes, sir.
Why? Reason? What is the reason of PA being A?
Isosceles triangle.
Yes. So because of isosceles triangle, this both angle are 45. In case like if both angle are equal, their opposite sides are also equal. So if these two angle are 45, their opposite sides are also equal, isn't it? If both the angle are equal,
Yes.
their opposite sides are equal. So if we consider OA as A, PA is also A. Fine. Now we can apply Pythagoras theorem to figure out the value of A. So A square plus A square is equal to how much?
1.
1 square. Yeah. So this is 2A square is equal to 1 and A square is equal to 1 by 2. This implies A is equal to 1 over
1.
root 2. Okay. So if A is 1 over root 2, so the length of OA is also 1 over root 2. The length of PA is also 1 over root 2. Fine. It means the x coordinate is also 1 over is 1 over root 2, as well as the y coordinate is also 1 over root 2. Right? So since they are in first quadrant, x and y coordinates are positive. Right? Since they are in first quadrant, so x and y coordinates are positive. So we got the coordinates of point P as this 1 over root 2 comma 1 over root 2. Okay. Now because of symmetry nature of circle, this point P, the point, like we can take this point P prime as a, you know, as the mirror image of point P, right, about y axis. This point P prime is mirror image of point P about y axis, right? If suppose
Yeah.
your mirror is here at y axis, your y axis behave as a mirror here. Okay, so you can see that this P prime is mirror image of point P. We already found the coordinate of point P, which is 1 over root 2 comma 1 over root 2. So mirror image means the distance from the mirror is going to be same, right? These two distance are going to be same. When we see ourselves in mirror, the distance which is, our distance from the mirror is same as the distance of the mirror inside from our image, right? So based on that symmetry concept and the mirror, what I tried to explain you in that way, this length is same as this length. So this is nothing but x coordinate, as well as the y coordinate is also same because of the same height from x axis, है ना? आप जब अपने आप को देखते हो तो आपका इमेज नीचे नहीं दिखता ना, सेम हाइट पे दिखता है, राइट?
Yes, sir.
मिरर आपका परपेंडिकुलर होना चाहिए, है ना? तो सेम हाइट पर ही दिखेगा. सो दिस डिस्टेंस p dash, whatever the length, let's say a dash here. Okay, so p dash a dash is same as pa, and this horizontal distance is also same. So what would be the coordinate of p prime? The coordinate of p prime, can you guess? It is already mentioned, but now is that make sense to you now? Because of the negative direction of x-axis, the minus 1 by root 2, because it is in
Mm.
negative direction, and
Yes.
y is in positive direction, so that is 1 over root 2. Okay, so we could
Yes, sir.
find out the coordinate of point p prime, but what is that in terms of angle? Like what op prime makes an angle with x-axis? That need to be find out. So this is 45. Hmm? This is
Yes, sir.
45, and this is also 45 because of symmetry nature. Even you can take triangles also to prove that similar congruent triangle. Okay, there are a lot of ways to understand that, but the symmetry is very simple to interpret. So because of symmetry nature, this angle is also 45. So what would be this complete angle from x-axis? The angle made by OP prime with positive x direction,
So 135.
135. So what did we observe here is cos 135, which is the x coordinate of point P prime, and sine 135, which is the y coordinate of P prime, right?
Yes, sir.
That has to be same as what we got algebraically, means geometrically what we got, and that is minus 1 over root 2 comma 1 over root 2, right? That we got geometrically, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So cos 135 must be equal to 1 over root 2. It must be negative number. And yes, we understood, we already uh, like we know that the cos in second quadrant is negative, right?
Yes, sir.
Which trigonometry ratio is positive in second quadrant,
So why?
and which trigonometry ratio?
So sine.
Sine. Very good. Here all are positive. Here sine is positive. Here tan is positive. Here cos is positive. Okay. Other
Yes,
than this, all trigonometry ratios are negative. Other than co-ratio also, sine, cosine, cosecant, tan, sine, cosec, tan, cotangent, cos, sec, all. Okay. So cos 135 is going to be negative, sine 135 is going to be positive. So because of symmetry nature, like multiple of 45, if you understand what is 135, 135 is nothing but multiple of 45, that gives you 135, right?
yes, sir.
So we can find out the multiple of 45-degree by just visualizing the point in which quadrant it lies. If I tell you 45 into 5, you just figure out the quadrant. Okay, so this implies which quadrant? 45 into 5 implies what quadrant? Like where my point lie, where my point located basically, in which quadrant. So 45 into 5 is how much?
So 225.
225, correct? Eh?
Yes, sir.
45, 90, 180. Yes, 225. So 225 lies in which quadrant?
So third.
Third quadrant. So is it necessary to now find out everything, or you can directly let me know the coordinate of that point? If it is in third quadrant, x and y coordinates are going to be same
Yes, sir.
because of symmetry. But now since it is in third quadrant, both the coordinates are negative. Isn't
Yes,
it?
sir.
Both the
Minus
coordinates are,
1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2.
so minus 1 by root 2 minus 1. So if I just simply ask you what is cos 225, what would be your answer?
Minus 1 by root 2.
Yes, perfect. What is sine 225?
Minus 1 by root
Yes, you got this now, I think. You understood why
2.
the
Yes,
multiple of 45 is so important? Because once you recognize the number is multiple of 45, the value is going to be same, as, as magnitude is going to be same. But according to the quadrant, you have to just you have to place sign, whether minus, plus, whatever. Okay,
yes, sir.
let me give you one more example. Let's say 45 into 7. Okay, now just recognize the quadrant in which this angle lies, and based on that you can find out the value. Or if I simply ask you this, what is cos of 45 into 7, and what is sine of 45 into 7? Let me know the values.
1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2.
What is the angle?
315.
315. Which quadrant?
Fourth.
Yes, so cos is 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2. So see, it's so amazing. You could find out the cos value without referring anything, without calculator, without doing anything. You could easily find out the value of cos 45 into 7, and that is to cos 315. Isn't it amazing? Like cos 315, you could directly tell me the value of cos 315. You can verify that by calculator,
Yes, sir.
right? Got the values? Calculator will show you decimal value.
Yes, sir.
So you can just find out. You can verify like this. 1 divided by 1.414. The value of root 2 is 1.414. Fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the next is multiple of 30. You can take picture of this if you want.
Done, sir.
Done. Okay. Now multiple of 30. Okay. So this is also an interesting angle where we can directly find out the values. Okay. So multiple of 30, if you consider, let's say this is angle 30, right? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Where is my point? Let's say this is A. Okay. So we'll draw a perpendicular line here. This. Okay. This is, let's say this is P only, and this is A. This is origin already written. Okay. So we got one triangle here which says 30 degree, 60 degree, and 90 degree. This is one, this is origin, this is P, this is A. Okay. Now, uh, see what we'll do here. Mm, let's take 60 degree because it is easy to show you. Otherwise, I'll have to draw the angle here on y-axis like this. Okay. So if we take 60 degree, then it will be easy to explain you. Otherwise, we have to just change the diagram. So if we take 60 degree, okay, that is the multiple of 30, right? What is 30 into 2? That's 60 degree, right? So we are discussing about 60 degree here. So 60 is this much. This is 60 degree. Fine. So this point is P. I have drawn perpendicular line here, and I'll connect this point. Let's say this is A. In this case, this point is A. Okay. So I have connected point PA. So I'll draw this here. PAO. What is this angle? How much?
So 60.
60 degree. Okay. Now, is OP and OA are equal?
Yes, sir.
Why? Why are they equal?
सर क्योंकि इसका रेडियस इक्वल होगा.
क्यों इक्वल होगा?
सर सर्कल के अंदर ओपी ओए इक्वल है ना. 1 1 होंगे दोनों.
मैं इतना टाइम आपने लगा दिया वेरीफाई करने में. बहुत सिंपल है ना. देखो आप डायग्राम डायरेक्ट देखो. OP and OA are radius of the same circle, है ना? So therefore they are equal. That's it. ठीक है? Okay. If these two sides are equal, this become isosceles triangle, isn't it? If these two
Yes.
sides are equal, this become isosceles triangle, and because of that, these opposite angles are also equal, isn't it? So what would be the measurement of these angles? Can you let me know directly?
So 60 60.
Why?
So क्योंकि इक्वल एंगल्स आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल है.
Yes, and one is already 60. So sum of
Yes.
these two angles must be 120. And
120.
since they are equal, so we simply divide it by 2. So this becomes 66. So this triangle is basically What?
isosceles triangle.
It is still isosceles triangle, or it become equilateral triangle, right?
Yes, sir.
So this become equilateral triangle because each angle is 60 degree.
60 degree.
So once this is equilateral triangle, what I'll do, I'll draw a perpendicular line here from P to x-axis, and we'll let this name as N. Okay. So this perpendicular line will definitely divide the opposite side in two equal halves, right? So if this is 1, OA is 1, what would be ON?
1/2.
1 by 2. And what is OP? OP is already 1. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now can we apply Pythagoras theorem to find out Pn? Why we are finding out Pn here? Let me know first. Why we are interested in Pn?
सर साइन के लिए
नहीं, that yeah साइन के लिए, but वो साइन है क्या? That Pn is basically your
कोऑर्डिनेट.
y coordinate. Yes. So basically we are finding out coordinates of point P, है ना? इसके लिए सारा कुछ कर रहे हैं. So the coordinate of point P, x coordinate is we got directly from the diagram, that is half, right? Because the distance of P from y axis is, you can see here, the distance of P from y axis is half, right? The distance of P from y-axis is half, which is your x coordinate. So we directly write that as half. Now I'm just going according to your book. Okay. So I take y coordinate as k. So can we apply the Pythagoras theorem here to figure out k?
यस सर.
Yeah. So let me know the value of k. K square is equal to how much? According to Pythagoras,
सर √3/2
directly 1 minus 1 over 2
होल स्क्वायर.
square. Okay. So 1 minus 1 over 4, which is 3 by 4. So k is equal to root 3 by 2.
2.
So once we get the value of k, so that is root 3 by 2. So we got the coordinate of point P, which is 1 over 2 and root 3 by 2. So what is cos 60 here? The coordinate of P is cos 60 comma sin 60, isn't it?
यस सर.
So what is cos 60 then? The value of cos
बाय
60 is 1 by 2, and value of sin 60 is how much?
√3/2.
Root 3. So these values are important. Okay, these values are important. You have to learn these values properly. Here we derive this. Okay, what we found for cos 140 cos 45 degree and sin 45 degree? In the previous slide we did that.
यस सर. 1/√2, 1/√2.
Very good. So both values on 45 degree is 1 by root 2. They are same. Okay. Cos 60 is half. Cos 60 is root 3 by 2. Fine. Now, if you observe the symmetry nature of this unit circle, okay, this point is at angle 60 degree, right? And this point is the P prime of that. If suppose this is P, so this is going to be P prime, isn't it? It will have same x and y coordinate except the sign, right? Except the sign. So if this is 1 by root 2, 3 by root 3 by 2, if this is 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2, what would be the coordinate of P prime?
-1/2 √3/2.
Perfect. And what is the angle made by OP prime with positive x direction?
120.
120. Because this is 60 plus 60. How much? 120.
120.
So that's multiple of 60, right? So each multiple of 60 will give you same coordinate, right? Same coordinate, but you'll have to just understand the sign of the values. Okay. Now, if suppose this P has 1 over root 2 comma root 3 by 2, what would be the coordinate at 30 degree? Okay. So because of this, you can prove that because of this symmetry nature, we can prove that this is half.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
See, this will reverse. Are you getting that? This will reverse directly. See here, if you change the diagram, we have same diagram. We got the same, explanation for this triangle, right? But only thing is, x and y coordinate will interchange. Can you imagine that? See, if you uh, they have directly taken this, but I think, see, by rotation they have already considered that. But if you understand this properly, I want you to understand this properly. See, this is our 60 degree, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This is our 60 degree. So we got x coordinate as 1 by root 1 by 2 and y coordinate as root 3 by 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now if you just rotate the values, if you rotate or you consider y axis as x axis and x axis as y axis, if you just change the diagram, okay, if you rotate this, so this x and y coordinate will interchange, and that is for 30 degree. So by considering that explanation, you can directly write this as root 3 by 2 comma 1 by 2. Means x and y value will interchange. Any doubt, or should I explain it like the whole geometry about it?
Yes, sir.
Explain. Okay, fine.
सर
So,
हमने इनको इंटरचेंज क्यों करा बट
hmm?
इनको इंटरचेंज क्यों करा हमने
हाँ, वही बता रहा हूँ, जैसे x कोऑर्डिनेट y बन जा रहा है, y x बन जा रहा है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे हमने इंटरचेंज किया ना। जब हम इंटरचेंज कर रही है, बाद में जब हम उसको वापस ओरिजिनल में लेकर आएंगे, तो वैल्यू इंटरचेंज होके आ जाएगा ना। मतलब x हमने क्या किया है। अच्छा रुको, फिर से एक डायग्राम बनाने की बात करता हूँ, ठीक है। रुको, ये बात समझ में आ गया ना? 60 के लिए हो गया ना क्लियर?
यस
चलो
सर
अभी इसके लिए करते हैं। अभी ये 30 डिग्री आपका है ना, ये क्या है आपका, यहाँ पे 30 डिग्री,
30
ठीक है। 30 डिग्री के लिए मैं ये डायग्राम बनाऊंगा। हाँ, ये आपका पॉइंट है P, ठीक है। मैंने ये डायग्राम बनाया, ये आपका A है, ठीक है।
यस
क्या
सर
देख रहे हैं ना, बराबर ना? सेम आइडिया ले रहा हूँ। ये 30 डिग्री है, लेकिन अभी मैंने इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल कहाँ बनाया?
दूसरी साइड
हाँ, तो ये जब आप यहाँ पे परपेंडिकुलर डालोगे, ओके, so this become equilateral triangle. First of all, please verify that OPA is equilateral triangle, है ना? अभी वो
यस
बताने की जरूरत नहीं ना, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा वो चीज। तो वो
यस
इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल है। जैसे वो इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल हुआ, इफ यू ड्रॉ दिस परपेंडिकुलर लाइन, फाइन, इफ यू ड्रॉ दिस परपेंडिकुलर लाइन, सो दिस विल बी बाइसेक्टेड, है ना? तो इसका
यस
टोटल लेंथ 1 है, तो यहाँ इसको n ले लो इस बार। तो यहाँ ON कितना हो जाएगा?
1/2
हाँ, हो जाएगा ना, सेम आइडिया है। 1/2 हो गया ये, तो ये 1/2 कर दिया। तो इसका y कोऑर्डिनेट क्या आ गया? दिस परपेंडिकुलर लेंथ, है ना? इस पॉइंट का
यस सर
y कोऑर्डिनेट क्या आ जाएगा? ये परपेंडिकुलर लेंथ ही y कोऑर्डिनेट होता है ना। तो 1/2 हो गया y कोऑर्डिनेट, दिस इज ऑलरेडी रिटन देयर, है ना? सो इफ दिस
यस
इज
सर
1/√2 एंड दिस इज 1, दिस इज 1, कैन वी फाइंड आउट द x कोऑर्डिनेट?
यस सर
यही है ना, x कोऑर्डिनेट तो यही है आपका, ये लेंथ है। हाउ मच इट इज डिस्टेंस, मेकिंग डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम y कोऑर्डिनेट, दैट इज योर x कोऑर्डिनेट। तो ये x कोऑर्डिनेट है, पाइथागोरस लगा दोगे, दिस इज 1/2, दिस इज 1, वी कैन फाइंड आउट दिस एज सेम एज √3/2, तो उसका x कोऑर्डिनेट √3/2 लिखा है। बात समझ में आ रहा है? या तो आप प्रॉपर ज्योमेट्री लगा के निकाल लो, या तो रोटेशन और ज्योमेट्री से थोड़ा बहुत समझ लो। एनी डाउट? आई थिंक आई मेड दिस वेरी क्लियर, राइट?
यस सर
ओके, फिर कहाँ चले अभी? अच्छा, 30 का भी वो समझ रहे हो ना? अभी सिमेट्री के लिए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं ना? सपोज दिस इज पी, दिस इज योर पी प्राइम, राइट?
यस सर।
सो 30 60, 30 60 90 120 60, 120 plus 60, 120 plus 30 150. So 150 angle, right? This will make 150 degree with x-axis. So cos 150 is root minus root 3 by 2, and sine 150 is 1 by 2. So directly by considering the multiple of 30 and 60, we can find out the values. Remember, the value of 30 and 60, the multiple of 30 and 60 gets interchange. ठीक है ना? ये चीज आप कंफ्यूज मत होना, सेम मत लेना, क्योंकि यहाँ पे अभी हमने ज्योमेट्रिकली प्रूव किया है. सो लेट मी जस्ट राइट डाउन सम वैल्यूज फॉर योर better understanding of that. So what is cos 40? You just said. What is cos 45?
1/√2.
1 by root 2. Sin 45 is also 1 by root 2. What is sin 30?
√3/2.
एंगल देखो, कौन सा एंगल था उसका? एक्स कोऑर्डिनेट,
तो
वाई
1/2.
कोऑर्डिनेट क्या? 1 by 2. उसका वाई कोऑर्डिनेट 1 by 2 था. cos 30 root 3 by 2, है ना? फिर sin 60
√3/2.
एंड cos 60.
1/2.
अगर इसका मल्टीपल ले लूं, है ना?
यस
अगर
सर।
इसका मल्टीपल ले लूं, लाइक सेकेंड एंड थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में आए, फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट में आए, in that case the coordinate will remain same other than sine.
सर cos 60 1/2 होगा ना?
हाँ
cos 60.
हाँ हाँ, सॉरी सॉरी, तो रूट डाल दिया, सॉरी. ठीक है, 1 by 2. इज दैट क्लियर नाउ?
यस
देखो,
सर।
वैल्यूज इंटरचेंज हो जा रहा है, हाँ, यहाँ पे, और इन दोनों का वैल्यू सेम हो रहा है. ठीक है, चलो अभी आगे कहाँ जाए हम? एक्सरसाइज किए हो इसका?
नो सर।
देन अच्छा, ये एक लाइन देखो, लिखा है आपके बुक में, समरी किया है, बहुत अच्छा समरी किया हुआ है. लेकिन बहुत खास नहीं किया है, ठीक है? थोड़ा आप अगर ठीक से समझोगे तभी. ये मल्टीपल ऑफ, अच्छा पहले से जाते हैं. इफ मल्टीपल ऑफ 90 डिग्री है, इफ एंगल इज मल्टीपल ऑफ 90 डिग्री, सो
यस
योर
सर।
कोऑर्डिनेट्स इन्वॉल्व 0 एंड प्लस माइनस 1. ये नहीं बोल रहा है कि x कोऑर्डिनेट 0 है, y कोऑर्डिनेट प्लस माइनस 1 है, ये बात ध्यान रखो.
यस
ये
सर।
जस्ट ये बोल रहा है कि इन्वॉल्व्स 0 एंड प्लस माइनस 1. ठीक है, कंफ्यूज मत होना, ऐसा नहीं कि x कोऑर्डिनेट 0 है, नहीं तो फिर फंस जाओगे, क्योंकि 90 का मल्टीपल तो यहाँ पे इधर 180 आता है ना. 180 का x कोऑर्डिनेट क्या होता है यूनिट सर्कल में? व्हाट इज द कोऑर्डिनेट ऑफ दिस पॉइंट? बोलो.
-10.
-10. तो ये समझ में आ रहा है ना, यहाँ पे कंफ्यूजन हो जाएगा. बट ये ऐसा -10 मतलब x कोऑर्डिनेट तो -1 है, तो ये ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा है जैसे मुझे लग रहा था कि ये फर्स्ट पॉइंट x कोऑर्डिनेट दे रहा है, ऐसा नहीं. दिस इन्वॉल्व 0 एंड प्लस माइनस 1. ओके, सिमिलरली नीचे भी वही लिखा हुआ है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे वो फिर गड़बड़ हो जाता है ना बात. देखो यहाँ पे नीचे क्या दिया है? मल्टीपल ऑफ 45 दिस, बट नॉट 90 डिग्री, बट नॉट 90 डिग्री करते ही वो कहाँ आ जाएगा? एक्सिस पे आ जाएगा. एंड ऑन एक्सिस द कोऑर्डिनेट्स इन्वॉल्व 0 एंड प्लस माइनस 1. एंड मल्टीपल ऑफ 45 बट नॉट मल्टीपल ऑफ 90, दैट इन्वॉल्व्स प्लस माइनस 1 by root 2, राइट? मल्टीपल ऑफ 30 बट नॉट मल्टीपल ऑफ 90. ये चीज ध्यान में रखो, क्योंकि 90 का मल्टीपल करते ही वो कहाँ पे आ जाएगा? एक्सिस पे आ जाएगा
यस
एंगल,
सर।
और एक्सिस पे आते ही वो 0 1 में आ जाता है. ठीक है, 90 द कोऑर्डिनेट इन्वॉल्व प्लस माइनस 1 by root 2 एंड प्लस माइनस रूट 3 by 2. ठीक है, तो ये
यस
उतना ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, लेकिन आपको समझ में आ रहा चाहिए कि ये 1 by 2 रूट 3 by 2 के ही फैक्टर में मिलेगा अगर मल्टीपल ऑफ 30 है तो. ठीक है,
यस सर।
ऑर्डर कुड बी एनीथिंग. चलो एक्सरसाइज करें.
सर एक टॉपिक था इसके बाद भी.
हाँ,
सर एक
एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल?
यस सर।
ओके, चलो पहले आप,
पेज 504।
हाँ हाँ, पहले आपको आज थियरी एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ, क्वेश्चन आप करोगे घर पे, राइट? ठीक है, यही है ना एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल?
यस सर।
क्या होता है एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल?
हाफ इंटू
हाँ, हाफ इंटू,
बेस इंटू हाइट।
यस, हाफ इंटू बेस इंटू हाइट। बस यही चीज को थोड़ा और डिफरेंट फॉर्म में लिखने की कोशिश करेंगे, ठीक है, बिकॉज वी जस्ट स्टडीड ट्रिग्नोमेट्री, सो इट विल इन्वॉल्व एंगल्स ऑल्सो। यहाँ पे आपको एंगल है, इन दिस डेफिनेशन वी डोंट हैव एंगल, राइट? इन दिस डेफिनेशन वी जस्ट हैव साइड्स, right? Sides of the
यस।
triangle, and that is base. One is base, the other is height. Perfect. But now, since we are doing trigonometry, we should involve angle also in the definition. So, if suppose you have triangle ABC, okay, triangle ABC, and if we draw the perpendicular line here, why we have drawn the perpendicular line? Hmm?
हाइट के लिए।
Height के लिए, because we are interested in height, we are interested in base. Okay, now the thing is, एक कन्वेंशन है कि in triangle or like in a lot of geometrical figure, the sides opposite of the angle is always represented by the small letter. मतलब अगर ये एंगल ए है, so opposite of that is side BC, so we will represent BC as small a, means that is the length of BC. Understood? That is the representation purpose. आप कुछ भी ले लो, P Q R whatever you want to take, लेकिन जो कन्वेंशन चल रहा है जिससे कि आप इजिली समझ सकते हो उसको प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. ओके, सो द अपोजिट ऑफ एंगल C is represented by small c. Okay,
यस सर।
angle the opposite of angle B is represented by, the
स्मॉल
opposite
बी।
side of angle B is represented by small b. ठीक है, ये बस कन्वेंशन है, कोई रूल नहीं है. ठीक है, अच्छा, अभी इसका एरिया कितना हो जाएगा ट्रायंगल का? इफ वी आर गिवन बेस एंड करस्पॉन्डिंग हाइट, व्हाट वुड बी द एरिया ऑफ दिस ट्रायंगल? 1/2
इंटू ए
इंटू ए इंटू
एच।
इंटू एच. ठीक है, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि वी आर गिवन ओनली 3 साइड्स. ठीक है ना, हाइट नहीं दिया हुआ है, वी आर गिवन ओनली 3
थ्री साइड।
sides. This is not, h is not given. Remember, this h is not given. ठीक है, हमें सिर्फ 3 sides दिया हुआ है ट्रायंगल का. So can we, the question is actually, can we find the area of the triangle which has only 3 sides are given? ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन है. So if we have this, if we have drawn the height h here like this, and we know the angle C, we don't know the angle C, right? We know the angle C? No.
नो सर।
But can we find out angle C? अगर 3 sides दिए हुए हैं, can we find out angle C? If we are given 3 sides, we can find out angle C. क्योंकि आप ड्रॉ करोगे फिर मेजरमेंट ले लोगे एंगल C का. ठीक है ना, तो एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन क्या है कि वी आर गिवन 2 sides, आपको डायरेक्टली दे देता हूँ, फाइंड आउट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. इफ वी आर गिवन 2 sides एंड द एंगल बिटवीन देम इज गिवन. ठीक है, 3 चीज दिया हुआ है आपको. पहले क्या दिया हुआ है? ए दिया है, बी दिया है, और तीसरा क्या है? एंगल
एच।
सी दिया हुआ है. नहीं, एच आप निकाल सकते हो अगर बी ये सी दिया होता तो, लेकिन आई विल डायरेक्टली गिव यू दिस 3 थिंग्स, ए बी एंड द एंगल बिटवीन देम. ठीक है, ओके.
यस सर।
So the question is, can we find out the area of this? Yes, we can find out. Okay. So we have drawn perpendicular height, which is h here. So, and this angle is also given. This b is given. How do we find out h? Which trigonometry ratio you will apply here to find out h?
सर एंगल सी गिवन है.
Angle c given है, and side b is also given. Side a is also given.
सर कॉस.
Cos लगाओगे किसमें? Cos c.
यस सर.
Cos c लगाओगे तो ये साइड खाली आ जाएगा, एडजेसेंट होता है ना? एडजेसेंट एंड हाइपोटेन्यूस आ जाएगा, h तो आएगा ही नहीं, और ये साइड दिया भी नहीं है. The complete side is given, which is a. We don't know the part of that.
सर साइन सी.
Sine लगाओगे, then it makes sense because it involves the opposite side, which is your h. Sorry, the opposite side is h, and the hypotenuse is b. So we can definitely find out h in terms of the given side and the given angle. So h is b sin c. ठीक है ना? तो जैसे h मिल गया, बेस आपको मालूम है a. So what is area of the triangle? That is half into.
बेस इनटू हाइट.
So base क्या है?
ए.
Height क्या है?
एच.
We just found ना. H is
बी साइन सी.
b sin c. तो देखो ये कितना इजी है लर्न करने के लिए, because the area of the triangle is half AB
साइन
sin
सी.
C, है ना? A B C सब इन्वॉल्व हो रहा है, provided if you follow this convention, नहीं तो फिर प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा.
एक सेकंड सर.
हाँ,
एक. सॉरी सर.
हाँ, कोई बात. So yes, if you follow this convention, right, according to what name we are providing here, then the area of the triangle will be directly given as half AB sin C. ठीक है? So
यस सर.
can we find out the area of this triangle, like with respect to other sides, if different angles are given? Means if suppose I have to include this side, okay, I have to include this side A and C, and the angle between them is given. So what would be the formula then in that case?
सर कैपिटल ए स्मॉल ए फिर बी.
देखो अभी ये जो हमने क्या लिया था, ये साइड था, है ना? We have included this side, and the angle between them. So the
Yes.
formula was half AB sin C.
यस सर.
तो ऐसे अगर ये साइड दिया हुआ है, and this side is given, and the angle between them is given, so half AC
ए सी साइन सी. साइन बी.
sin B. ठीक है ना? So half AC
साइन बी.
sin B. Remember, this is angle. Obviously, we are putting it in the sine function, and these two are the length of side. The length of sides in which the angle is subtended. Okay?
यस सर.
तो बहुत सिंपल है ये, ज़्यादा. अच्छा, इसने और सिंप्लीफाई कर दिया है. ठीक है, तो ज़्यादा तकलीफ की बात नहीं है. दो साइड लिख दिया है, उसके बीच का एंगल लिख लिया, इंक्लूड होना चाहिए. The angle must be made by these two sides. So we can directly find out the area of this triangle, which is half. Suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. So half AB sin C.
यस
है ना?
सर.
चलो अभी कहाँ जाए? साइन रूल.
Yes.
नेक्स्ट थियोरी है साइन रूल.
यस सर.
ओके. Okay, so in this is very interesting and very important. ठीक है? So how to find out the साइन रूल एंड व्हाट इज साइन रूल एक्चुअली, ठीक है। तो इसके लिए मेरे को स्पेस चाहिए, तो ये ले लिया, ठीक है। नाउ ओके, सो if this is a triangle, okay, whose name is ABC, okay, what is the measurement of this length, this side, the side BC? What is the convention? As per the convention, what is the measurement of side BC? A.
Sir, small a,
What is the measurement of this AC?
small c, small
B.
b,
Opposite, ठीक है, and this is C,
small c.
small c, okay, and these are capital C. The angle are written in capital letter, the sides are written in small letters, okay. So what is the area of this triangle in terms of which include angle B? अगर आपको एंगल बी इंक्लूड करना है तो एरिया क्या होगा?
Half into c a b sine c a
साइन,
sine b,
हाँ, ठीक है, हाफ इंटू ए
c a
सी साइन
b.
बी। अच्छा, अभी if suppose you have to include angle C, what would be the area of this triangle then?
Half into b a sine c,
So half AB sin C.
sine.
Okay. Are these equal? Are these values equal?
Yes, sir.
Why? ये दोनों इक्वल होंगे?
Yes, sir.
Why? क्यों इक्वल होंगे?
So area of same triangle.
Yes, area of same triangle. ठीक है. So now if we have half AC sin B and half AB sin C. Now half will cancel out.
Yes, sir.
We can cancel out half. We can even cancel A because A present on both sides. So if I just change the form of this little bit, so sin B upon B है ना, is equal to sin C upon
C.
C, ठीक है ना। ये वाला यहाँ पे आएगा और B यहाँ पे आएगा। So sin B upon B, sin C upon C, they are equal. Okay, so this is called sine rule. Okay, this is called sine rule. Now we can even take this as same as half BC sine A, isn't it? BC sine A, right? Now if you take these two sides together, okay, so what are we getting? Half will even cancel out,
Yes, sir.
half will cancel out, B will also cancel out,
Yes,
है ना?
sir.
तो बचेगा क्या? A
A sine
sin
C.
C,
So C sine A.
C sin
A.
A. So sin C upon C,
Sine A upon.
sin A upon A. So sin C upon C is nothing but sin B upon B. So therefore all three are equal. So we can write sin A upon A, sin B upon B, and that is same as
Sine C
C
upon.
upon C. You can play around the term, doesn't matter. A upon sin A, B upon sin B, and C upon sin C. Okay, one and same thing. You can just take the reciprocal of each side, right? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is called sine rule. Okay, and why this is important? We just found the sine rule and we don't know the advantage of that. So see, the advantage is lot more interesting than the proof. Advantage is like, if suppose you are given only like three information. Hmm? Like if you have this, suppose you just consider these ratios. If you are given only three information, hmm, you can find out all other information of this triangle. Are you getting that? If you are given three information, sine A, B, means angle A, angle B, and side A, you can find out everything. That is what the advantage of this. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
By directly applying the sine rule. You can understand the next question. Like question based on this is, this will come like this. Finding sides. If we are given two angles and one side of a triangle, we can use the sine rule to find another side, another length, side length. Okay. So this is the advantage. We can, if we are given only three things, okay, two angles, one side, or any combination of that, we can find out all other six. There are six component of triangle, right? Three internal angle and three sides. So if we are given three combination, any three combination, we can find out other three. Okay, then finding angle.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Finding angle is the drawback of this basically. Okay, the drawback of this sine rule means sine rule is not perfectly all right when we find the angle. Why they are saying like this? Because if suppose, like in this diagram, if I explain you, this is unit circle, right? This is unit circle, and let's say uh, this angle is sine inverse k. Means, okay, let me give you the proper example. This is like, uh, if suppose we are given, how much we have to find the angle, right? We have to find the angle. So let's say this is uh, A, okay, side of a triangle A, and let's say this is P. Fine. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
So just a second. A, B, C. This is the triangle, right? A, B, C, and these sides are given. If we have to find out the angle, like according to sine rule, A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sine C. Okay. So if we just consider these two ratios, A upon sine A and B upon sine B. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So A and B are given, hmm, and angle A and angle B is also given. Not given, but we have to find out, like, angle B is given, let's say. We have to find out angle A. Okay. We have to find out angle A.
Great.
Okay. We have to find
Yes.
out angle A. So like this is one uh, triangle, one form of the triangle. Let's say I'll give you the proper measurement of this. Let's say this is 5 centimeter, and this is, let's say, 6 centimeter. Okay. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
The angle B is, we have to find out angle. Let's say angle B we have to find out instead of angle A. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And A is given. A is given in this scenario. In this scenario, A is given, B is need to be find out. Okay, so this is one
Yes.
one case right? This is one case where we can find out angle B, and the angle B is approximately how much? Suppose angle A is given, that is 45 degree. Let's say 90 degree. Let's say 90 degree. Okay. So this is one scenario, right? This is one
Yes, sir.
scenario where we can find out angle B. What would be the measurement of angle B? Like any approximate value?
So 40.
चलो 40 ले लिया. नहीं, थोड़ा 50 ले लो, ये ज्यादा लग रहा है, ये कम लग रहा है ना. So the approximate value is 50, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
if I draw the same measurement, considering the same measurement, like this is 5, okay, and this is 6, okay, this is
Yes.
6. Just a second. This is 6. अच्छा रुको, एक एग्जांपल है एक्चुअली प्रॉपर, इसमें ठीक से क्लियर नहीं आ रहा है वो चीज. मे बी शायद इसमें एग्जांपल जो दिया हुआ है. हाँ, ये देखो, ये एक एग्जांपल के साथ ले लेता हूँ. नेक्स्ट, इसी में एग्जांपल दिया हुआ है ना बुक में,
Yes, sir.
इसमें शायद क्लियरली एक्सप्लेन हो जाएगा. मैं एग्जांपल प्रॉपर नहीं ले पा रहा हूँ. ओके, इसमें देखो आप, ट्रायंगल एबीसी में ए बी कितना दिया है? 12 दिया हुआ है, राइट?
Yes, sir.
ए सी कितना है? 8
Wait.
सेंटीमीटर है. एंड एंगल बी मेजर्स 28 डिग्री है,
Wait.
राइट?
Yes, sir.
फाइंड राउंड टू व्हाट इज द मेजरमेंट ऑफ एंगल सी. ठीक है, so we have to find out angle C in this case. ठीक है, ये वैल्यूज में कुछ प्रॉपर नहीं ले पा रहा था, बट नाउ इट्स क्लियर. सो इफ यू अप्लाई साइन रूल, देखो क्या हो रहा है, प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रहा है ये थोड़ा समझो. इफ यू अप्लाई साइन रूल, सो साइन C अपॉन 12, राइट? What we
Yes,
take?
sir.
We take opposite sides, angle with opposite sides. Remember?
Yes, sir.
So sin C upon 12 and sin 28 upon 8. So if you find out sin C, तो ये simple calculation आप करोगे, and
Yes, sir.
what we get this
12
value.
8%.
This is 44.8 degree. ठीक है, लेकिन मैं 44.8 डिग्री ना बोल के अगर 135.2 डिग्री बोलूं, then it is also the case which is represented by the given, like the given question. वो कैसे होगा देखो आप, यहाँ पे 12 सेंटीमीटर है ए बी, है ना? ए बी कितना है? 12 सेंटीमीटर है, राइट?
Yes, sir.
तो यहाँ पे आपको कितना आ रहा है एंगल? यहाँ पे 44.8 आ रहा है. दैट सी इज 44.8, राइट?
Yes, sir.
And we have 8 centimeter here, 28 degree, 44.8, 8 centimeter. This is C. This is one of the situation, 28 degree. Okay. The angle C is, we already found that the angle C, which is 44.8. Now since this angle is 44.8 or 135.2 degree, that's the ambiguity condition where we cannot understand why we are getting 135. Means whether it is 45 or 135, that's the ambiguity. लेकिन उसके लिए आपको क्या करना है, इसका नेक्स्ट सिनेरियो कैसे हम ड्रॉ करेंगे? इसका नेक्स्ट सिनेरियो आप कैसे ड्रॉ करोगे जरा बताओ. ये 12 है, राइट? दिस एंग, इफ सपोज दिस इज द ट्रायंगल गिवन टू अस.
Yes, sir.
अगर मान लो ये 48 44.8 नहीं दिया हुआ है, इफ वी आर गिवन ओनली दिस 3 इंफॉर्मेशन, ठीक है,
Mm.
तो ये एक फर्स्ट सिनेरियो हुआ. एक्चुअली वी हैव सेकंड सिनेरियो आल्सो, वेयर these things are given but the triangle will be something else. ये चीज मेरे को ड्रॉ करना है. आप समझ रहे हो बात? ये बी ए बी है, हाँ? अगर
Mm.
आप मान
Yes,
लो
sir.
28 डिग्री ड्रॉ करना है। अच्छा 135.2 डिग्री ले लेता हूँ पहले सी का। हाँ 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 हाँ, समझ गया समझ गया। देखो क्या हो रहा है, देखो यहाँ पे ये 28 है ना। देखो ये
यस
कितना, ये 28 है, राइट। 28 डिग्री का आप अगर लाइन ड्रॉ करोगे तो ये जाएगा इस तरह से, ठीक है। तो
यस सर
क्या होता है, ये कभी ऐसे होता है कि ये जो एंगल है, ये कितना 8 है, राइट। ये कभी
सर
8 यहाँ पे ड्रॉ करेंगे तो यहाँ पे भी 8 ड्रॉ होता है, मतलब यहाँ से आप इंटरसेक्ट कर सकते हो। आर यू गेटिंग दैट?
यस सर
देखो पहले हमने क्या किया है, 12 सेंटीमीटर का साइड ड्रॉ किया है बेस, ओके, एंड देन वी हैव ड्रॉन 28 डिग्री एंगल, okay. Now what is our next requirement? The side AC, right? Our next requirement is side AC.
एसी
Are you getting that? So when we put rounder here, when we put rounder, the point of rounder here, we need to cut the line, okay. We need to cut the line at 8 centimeter, isn't it? We need to cut the line at 8 सेंटीमीटर। तो इस केस में क्या हो रहा है, अगर आप यहाँ पे राउंडर पॉइंटर रखते हो and if you cut this line at 8 centimeter, this will cut at two place। बात समझ रहे हो, ये एम्बिग्यूटी आ रहा है, अभी पकड़ में आया ये। तो कभी कभी ये थोड़ा, तो ये एम्बिग्यूटी आ रहा है, अंडरस्टूड। सो इट विल कट द लाइन एट टू प्लेस एंड इन दैट केस वी विल गेट सी एंड सी डैश। तो आप कौन सा सी लोगे? अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस सॉल्यूशन दे हैव फाउंड 44.8 डिग्री। तो ये 44.8 डिग्री दिख रहा है कि ये दिख रहा है?
सर नीचे वाला
ऊपर वाला
सी
ना, ये ना।
सी डैश
हाँ, तो ये 44.8 डिग्री दिख रहा है ना। तो आप यही ट्रायंगल क्यों लोगे? द ट्रायंगल कुड बी लाइक दिस, द ट्रायंगल कुड बी लाइक दिस आल्सो। बात समझ रहे हो? तो
यस
ये दूसरा जो एंगल होता है दैट इज 180 माइनस दिस, 180
यस
minus this. So therefore it is come out as 135.2 degree. So the measurement of this is 135.2 degree. So this is ambiguity basically, whether you take this C or this C. Are you getting that? So finding angle is the exception of this sine rule. बात क्लियर लग रही है आपको? समझ में आया बात मैंने क्या
यस
बताया?
सर
आर यू श्योर?
यस सर
ओके फाइन। So ये finding angle is exception case of sine rule, whereas we can find out side. That's wrong. That's okay. Okay. So we
ओके सर
stop here and we'll next class we'll deal with your doubts.
ओके
Yeah.
सर
Bye bye.
बाय सर